Respect is the greatest disrespect, because what is called respect is often just control, performance, or fear. A child is taught to lower the eyes before an elder, to use certain words, ji, sir, madam, as though respect can be wrapped in words. An adult enters without knocking, believing age gives the right. The child must wait, must apologize, must be humble, even if the elder is in the wrong. When the child was a baby, they were fed first, the family circled around, tender hands offering spoons and bottles, smiles on every face. But as the child grows, the rules change. Now the child must wait, must stand back and let the elder eat first, must show respect by surrendering what was once freely given. This is not respect. This is control wrapped in politeness. Guests arrive unannounced. Smiles are offered, words flow like honey. Please come in, make yourself comfortable. Here is tea, here are biscuits, here is dinner. But inside the host's mind, thoughts wrestle. They didn't call first. I had my own plans. I wish they would leave early. This is not respect, this is performance. Husbands praise wives in public, saying her food is the best. Couples holding hands like a Fevicol bond, while later she is shouted at for household duties, or worse, silenced. Wives flatter husbands before relatives, speaking of how much he provides. Photos are taken for many to see, yet later, with friends or family, whispers of his faults spill out, mocking, complaining, judging. This is not respect. This is hypocrisy dressed as affection. In-laws arrive, and the family transforms. Voices become sweeter, manners exaggerated. Every word is measured, every gesture polished, to impress, to please, to maintain the image. But as soon as the in-laws leave, the masks come off. Dislike resurfaces, mockery returns. This is not respect. This is theatre carefully rehearsed. At work, employees flatter the boss, smiling, nodding, agreeing, even with the decision that makes no sense. Agreement flows from fear as everything depends on a paycheck. But in private, over lunch, or in secret chats, the same boss is torn apart. What an idiot, so unfair, does not even understand the work. Colleagues exchange formalities, polite greetings, compliments, as if without them the workplace will crumble. But behind closed doors, whispers grow sharp. She's so fake. He's just playing politics. I can't stand his voice. Friends praise each other's achievement, offer congratulations with wide smiles. Besties for life, but as soon as the celebration ends, jealousy and resentment take root. They are so lucky. It's just connections. They don't deserve it. The besties of today becomes a memory tomorrow. This is not respect. This is a game of appearances. Parents demand respect from children, but forget to respect the child's feelings, the child's voice, the child's boundaries. Why should a child bow and touch the parents' feet when the parents cannot lower themselves to the child's heart? Why should a child say good morning first when the parent ignore the child's presence until addressed? Why must respect always flow upward in the age or status, and not equally in every direction? These are not signs of respect. These are signs of fear, submission, and ego. True respect does not come from words like ji, sir, or madam. True respect does not come from feeding the homeless while the camera rolls. capturing the act to show your viewers. True respect does not come from rescuing injured animals while donations pour into accounts. True respect does not come from speaking of respect in videos, books, or speeches crafted for likes, views, or subscriptions. Not for hugs, folded hands, or touching feet. Not for rituals of serving and hosting. True respect is not earned by age or authority, nor demanded by tradition. True respect arises only where there is no self-image to protect, where no one needs to appear superior, where the mind does not calculate who deserves respect and who does not. True respect flows when there is no hidden agenda, no need to impress, no polite mask to hide judgment or resentment. True respect is silent. It speaks through presence, not performance. It shines through authenticity, not scarcity. The mind always gives something to get something back. It circles around itself, still trying to understand, even now. But all this understanding stays within the circle. When you truly discover yourself, here, now, you see the circle for what it is. You were never part of the circle, only your story was. It's easy to gain respect by sweeping the temple floor, showing devotion where others can see, but the real temple is the place behind closed doors. The home where presence is lived, where care is given without witness, where respect is not performed but embodied. God is not limited to temples with walls. If respect is real, it begins where life is lived. That is your home. It does not matter if the guest calls first or not. It does not matter if the child says good morning first or the parent does. It does not matter if the elder enters without knocking or the child does. It does not matter if the colleague flatters or the boss praises. It does not matter if the friends smile and then backbite. Where there is real respect, there is equality, there is honesty, there is a natural openness that does not need to be taught or performed. In true respect, the husband does not need to be praised the wife in front of others. He cooks, he cleans, he feeds without waiting, without being told. The wife does not need to defend the husband in public, while secretly criticizing. She works alongside him, shoulder to shoulder, without expectation, without keeping score. A boss does not need to flatter employees during meetings, nor employees praise the boss to keep their position. Friends do not need to sugarcoat words to maintain the connection. True respect is not given because of who someone is, but because of what is recognized. The living presence, the light that shines behind every appearance. It is not taught, it is not learned, it is felt. In this space, respect does not look like bowing or polite words. It looks like listening without needing to correct. It looks like speaking the truth without fear of losing approval. It looks like being fully with another, without needing to judge, compare, or pretend. True respect is the space where no one is higher, no one is lower. It is the quiet understanding that all beings are the same presence in different forms, and the form means nothing to this presence. Respect, then, is not what is seen in gesture and rituals. Respect is the silent recognition of what is already whole. Respect is not performed. It is not shown. It is lived. True respect arises only when there is no desire to be respected. Only presence meets presence.